Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is our first Q&A. You guys sent us a bunch of questions that we picked out.
And
oh wait, hold up.
What?
My toes are showing.
How do you know? How do you know your toes are showing?
They're not showing?
Oh, okay.
No, it's you're up.
Okay. I don't want no one seeing my toes.
Oh, question number 1. Where are you guys from?
Wait. Baby, don't cry.
No.
Princesses don't cry. Rock my baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
So I'm from Montreal, Canada. I was born and raised there. And Austin is from
Palmdale, California.
How did you guys meet?
Well, make the
Okay,
story short.
Hey.
I met her at the zoo, okay? She was at the zoo and I saw this lost girl. She looked very lost and she was looking at elephants. Come to find out that was her favorite animal, so I approached her, gave it a little look to see if she looked back, and she did, obviously. And we hit it off from there, and ever since then, her favorite animal was an elephant, and that's been my good luck charm. So.
Alright, so real story is I moved to Los Angeles and I was working here and whatnot, and I was here for about a year. And I've known Austin, we've known each other for quite some time, for a couple years, but we never actually hung out or anything.
No crap.
And so we both went to this party. We just happened to be there at the same time, and
she was staring me
Austin
down.
was following me, and
Oh my God! Okay, time out.
we're gonna have to do.
Okay, so yeah,
So
we're at a party.
So we were at a party, and
she
I
was
was
staring
there,
me down. It was
there.
really awkward, so I had to approach her to. Right?
No. So okay, can we start over? So we ran into each other at a party, and we had officially met. And Austin was there by himself, and I was like, "Why is this guy by himself? He's just walking around by himself."
Don't believe.
And so, and I was wondering, for some reason I was wondering who, what he was doing or who he was with. Okay. And I ended up leaving early, and a couple days later he messaged me.
A couple of days later.
Yes.
Months later.
Okay, a month later.
Months.
If that. No.
Months.
No. So then he hit me up and he asked me some question, and it was I don't even remember what the question was.
Okay. Alright. I want to tell you the real story.
No, let me finish. So then
Oh my God, there's always two sides of the story.
no, there's one side. Okay. So then for some reason a couple months later I was let me just respond, because I don't know,
Let
it
me
just
just respond.
something told me to respond. I don't know what it was. God told me or something. So then I responded, and he was I think, did you ask me out or something? You're oh, do you want to go to... Oh, no, I know. You were do you want to go see a movie or something?
Want to go to dinner and a movie?
Yeah, okay. So then he asked me to dinner, and
From what she told me, she usually doesn't go on dates.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
for some reason, she
I'm
decided
a nervous
to go with
person.
me.
I don't go on dates or anything. But something told me to go on a date with him. I don't know what it is. I had this weird feeling the universe is just telling me to go on a date. So then he texted me that day that we were supposed to go, and I was dreading the whole week that he would text me, because I didn't really know if I wanted to go or not, because I said, I'm a nervous person. So then he texted me.
There you go.
He texted me and he was do you like sushi? And I said no, because I don't like sushi. He was oh, well, I made a date at Nobu.
You told me that?
Yes, and you were I don't like sushi either.
I think we found out afterwards. No,
because he said I don't like it either.
Why would I still take you if we both feel
I don't know, I was always wondering why you took me.
Okay.
So then we went to Nobu.
The date was great.
He was shy.
I was?
Yes, so you're right. I was why is he being so shy? I know he's not shy.
Okay, so then I took her home. I didn't hear from her for 3 or 4 days. So then I was damn, maybe she, wasn't feeling me or whatever. So then I decided to hit her up after like third or fourth day, see how she was doing. We talked for a little bit, and then a week went by, and she invited me hiking. Right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she invited me hiking, so we went hiking.
You know, nature.
That was actually like my first hike, so I was kind of hyped about it.
What's our biggest pet peeves about each other?
Ooh. Go ahead, you wanna go first?
Sure. So my biggest pet peeve of Austin, I don't really have any problems with you. Like I don't, like nothing bothers me. Really.
Dang,
Honestly.
Couldn't say the
But one thing that I hate is Austin uses like 50 paper towels just for like the simplest little thing. Like he will like make something to eat and bring like a whole roll, and I'm like, why are you bringing the whole roll? Like you only need half of one. Okay.
My turn. Pet peeve.
I don't know this. You never told me.
She is the most stubborn person I've ever met in my life. Stubborn as can
Like
be.
what?
You know how hard it is to get this girl to tell me sorry? I don't even think she's ever told me sorry,
Yes,
not one. What? I don't think she's ever. It's so hard for her. Like, I don't even know if I'll be able to get her to
But
say
you know
sorry.
what? You're stubborn too. You don't ever say sorry either.
But I've changed for you.
No, but you still don't say sorry.
It takes a lot. That's how I know I love this girl to death, because I've definitely changed my ways. And when you change certain things in life, that's how you know you love somebody. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. I got another one. Not a pet peeve, but something that like irritates me and bothers me. I don't know why, but it does. Is the fact that she is the lightest sleeper in the world. Like she wakes up.
Oh, that's my other pet peeve.
No. Let me finish.
That's my other pet peeve that
Can I
you.
finish? Can I
Okay,
finish?
go.
It bothers me so much that in the middle of the night, I'll like try to put my leg like on her to like cuddle, and she'll wake up and be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Dang, I can't cuddle."
Okay, and then so my other pet peeve that I completely forgot about is Austin is like, what's the opposite of lightest sleeper? Heaviest sleeper in the world. Like, I'll go to wake him up, and he'll like wake up, but he won't ever remember he woke up, and like I'll be like, come upstairs, come sleep.
She'll be like, "Austin!
Yeah,
Austin!"
I'll be like, come to sleep, come to bed, and he's like, it doesn't move. It doesn't like.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's like you're
That's
dead.
bad.
What was your reaction when you found out you were pregnant? Found out we were pregnant at the very same second, so it wasn't like, oh, I went to tell him because he was literally right next to me. But you want to tell them how
story?
we found them this time?
Okay, so it was on my brother's birthday, which is kind of weird, but why are you laughing? So we're at a
Why
dinner.
is it weird that is your brother's birthday?
Because it's weird. Like, why did we find out my brother's birthday?
We
It's
found
weird.
out
It's
on
random.
the day.
It's random.
It was a red moon.
That's weird too. Okay, if you guys know what a red moon is, you want to explain?
Yeah. No, not really.
Okay. Anyways, look it up. Look it up. So we were at dinner, and I was actually in town from school.
Oh my God! You want to tell them the story about you?
I was in town.
Oh, okay.
I was in town from school.
But he surprised me, and he actually scared the shit out of me.
Oh my God!
And I ended up calling the police. I called the police.
Okay, so let's
He scared me.
Okay, so me, I'm always trying to spice things up, have surprises, whatever you want to call it. And so I came home for like 2 or 3 days, and so I decided to come home this weekend because it was my brother's birthday, and I wanted to surprise her. So, like I said, I took a flight here. I landed late at night. I landed around like 10,
And I
11
had no
o'clock.
idea. He told me he was going to Tampa.
Yeah, so I originally told her I was going to Tampa, but I was really coming to LA. I landed around 10, 11 o'clock. By then, she was already asleep. She fell asleep at like 9, 10 o'clock. She's an old lady. Anyways. So I didn't tell her. I showed up at her house. So when I get to her house, I open the door.
But like
Yelling.
like a strange voice.
Yelling,
and you know,
bang.
I
was
do
like-
like different voices. It was
I was
because
like, are you in there? Hey!
we had a stalker in the there was like bums around our house, so I was scared. I thought it was a bum.
So I keep, playing with her,
And
right?
then he's knocking on my window.
No. I keep like trying to scare her, right? And I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is she doing? I'm like, wait, is there a dude in the house? Like, why is she not coming to the door, right?
Is that really what you thought?
Yeah. Well, no, not really. But after
You
a while,
did.
I was there at your door for like an hour,
You just said
banging. I was like, eventually you would thought I would have gave up, but
Yeah, but
I was like,
It's the middle of the night.
I had to scare her for some reason. We're like,
But
scared.
listen, listen, you couldn't have thought there was a guy because I was texting you and you were supposedly on the plane with Wi-Fi, and I was like, "There's someone knocking on my door. I'm scared."
I didn't talk to you for like an hour because I was busy trying to scare you.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. So, like I said, I was there for like an hour, banging on her door, trying to scare her. Finally, she came to the door and was like, she was like, "Who is it?" like an old lady.
Who is it?
I'm like, am I at the right house? What the hell? So then I keep banging.
I did it like
Let me
I did
finish my
like
story.
a voice like as if I was a guy.
So I keep banging, and I'm like, oh shit, do I even want to keep scaring her? What the heck is going on?
Shut up.
So then I keep saying like, let me in. Keep trying to scare her. So she's like, I'm gonna call the cops. Leave me alone. So then finally.
You were not.
So finally, I went to her window and was banging on her window too, right? Eventually, I'm like, yo, she has to know it's me. Like, no one else plays like this other than me. Then she calls me, right? Doesn't know like if I'm on the plane or off the plane, whatever. She calls me. She's like, Austin. She's like, someone keeps banging on my door. I don't know who it is. I'm scared. Like, do I call the cops? What do I do? I'm like, don't worry about it, babe. Like, just go back to sleep.
You're like, don't call the cops.
I'm like, don't call the cops.
And I'm like, why is he telling me not to call the cops? So obviously, I'll do. That's what I have to do if someone's trying to get into my apartment.
So then.
And I was alone, so I was even more scared.
Right. So then, I gave up. Told her it was me. So she lets me in and she's mad.
I felt like I was in that movie, the call with Halle Berry.
Right.
I felt like I was that girl in the movie.
She was so mad she like almost didn't want to talk to me no more. She's like,
yeah, no.
Are you serious?
So that was the night before.
That was the night
found out we were
before. So then, like I said, we had dinner. For some reason, I had this like gut feeling that she could possibly be pregnant. So I was like, yo, we should definitely go.
Well, at lunch
and get the
we
test.
had lunch So earlier we had lunch and his friend just had a baby.
Oh yeah.
Just had a kid. So we were like, oh, like what would we name our baby if we had one? Like
Right.
we were just like, oh,
Yeah, we were
like,
talking. We were talking as if like
kids?
we were like trying to have kids.
Yeah.
And so then so we were putting out there in existence, and
But little did we know, I already had one in my belly.
right. So like I said, we went to go get the test, right? The pregnancy test.
So then we went home and
she was like, okay, I'll be right back. She went to the restroom. And I was sitting on the floor, like I was kind of nervous. Yeah, I was kind of nervous.
So then
10 minutes go by.
No, not 10 minutes.
Yes.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
It was 2 seconds.
And she's like, Austin.
And then threw it at him. He's like, what does that mean?
I'm like, what?
What? I was like, there's two blue lines. But the thing is that as soon as I peed on it, it turned blue. It wasn't wasn't like, oh, let me put it to the side and look it over like how they do in movies. No, I literally, as soon as I had a little droplet on it, it turned blue, like 2 lines.
So I was like, wait, hold up.
So I'm like,
these things could be wrong sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let me try to pee on it. Peed on it. What happened?
And it just didn't. Nothing happened. It was just white.
No, it like had like a little hazard thing. And I was like, wait.
So then
she peed over it and
it turned blue again.
And that's how I knew. I was like, it's for sure.
So then I might have taken another one or something. It was also.
And then we got all excited.
Then we started laughing.
We did laugh.
We laughed at first and then.
Full of joy.
We didn't cry.
We didn't cry.
We laughed.
Did I tear?
I think no.
No.
So then the next day I took a digital one and then it was official. How many kids do we want? I want either 1 or 2 more.
2 is good.
2, okay.
Well, let me say this.
Well, a psychic told me that I was gonna have 3 when I was like 10 years old, and she told me that I was gonna meet Austin, and I didn't know
hi,
afterwards.
Tanner. You just text me, hi Tanner.
I didn't know afterwards, like after I met Austin and after everything happened in our lives, I ended up realizing that the psychic was right about everything she said, and I completely forgot until everything actually happened. And so yeah, she said I was gonna have 3. So.
And like I was gonna say, we're not stopping until I have a little mini me, a little boy.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, and we already have a name for him, if that's the case. So I picked his name. I also picked Elle's name. Oh, that was another question that you guys had, was how did we pick Elle's name? And you want to tell them, sir?
There's a story for that?
I don't know, not really. So when I was like 16, I was like watching this show, like my favorite TV show, One Tree Hill. And I don't know if I was like looking at the magazine Elle or something. Something came about where I thought of the name Elle, and I was like, oh, well, if I ever have a daughter, I'll name her Elle. And then 15 years down the line, or not even 15 years, wait, 16 plus 10 years down the line, I still wanted to name her Elle. So and then I named her Elle Lively because I like the middle name Lively.
And then I picked the last name.
Yeah. When did we know we were the one? And who said I love you first? Oh, I know, I just made that one up. I just made that one up.
You made that up just
Okay, so who said I love you first?
Did I say? I did? You remember?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember because, so like it was like during the day, and I had just gotten home from errands, and he like met me up at my place. And I was laying in bed, and I was like a little higher than him. He was kind of like lower. And he was like laughing about something, like we were like joking around, and he was laughing. He goes, "I love you," and I was like,
You do? You're like, you do?
I was like, no, I was like, I don't know. I pretended I didn't hear you.
No.
Yeah. Or I said you do.
I would have been sad.
I said you do.
I would have been hurt if you.
I don't know. I don't remember what I said, but I didn't. I was like scared to say it back because I didn't know he was like saying that because he was like, playful. I love you.
I meant it.
Or it was serious. I didn't know what to say. So you said it a couple of days later, and I said it back. Oh, when did we know we were the one? We're holding hands like
Oh,
this.
sorry.
I'm sure it looks weird on camera. It doesn't look weird now.
From day one. I knew
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so this is how I knew he was one. So when he took me on our first date, he like came and like he opened the door for me, and I was like all like, is he trying to impress me, or is this how he really is, or is this how he is to everyone? I was like kind of like taken back. And then he always opened doors for me. Like he's opened doors for me since day one. Like I've never opened a door. So like one day I like thought about that, and I realized like, oh, I don't know, like not the reason that you're the one, but like
And
just
you know I was different.
Yeah.
That's important, fellas. Always open the door for your lady.
And,
or your mom.
And he makes me laugh every day. And my mom always said, whoever you end up with is someone who's gonna make you laugh every day, because you'll never get bored and you'll never get tired of them. So. How many tattoos do we have?
I have
You
3.
have like 50.
I got 3. 3 big ones.
You have like 50. Like, this is not one tattoo. This is like ton.
Yeah, it's quite a few, but I think I'm done though.
Yeah.
I don't need any more tattoos. After Elle's name, unless we have another kid, then I'll get their name.
Okay, and I don't have any.
She doesn't have any. Stay like that, baby. You're so pure.
What do we plan on doing career-wise?
Some of you may know, I play basketball, and we are going overseas next month.
We don't know where. It's somewhere in Europe.
Not sure yet where, but that's where we're headed, and we're excited to find out in a couple days.
Yes. So I've been working my whole life. I've always had a job since I was like 16. And I didn't go to college. I moved to China after high school, and I was there for quite some time, and I came back and went straight to work. I moved to Miami, and I managed a venue, and I worked at a hedge fund, and I've done like so many different things, but my goal career-wise is to have my own gym wear line. So I was starting to do that before Elle, and then obviously like everything happened, so I stopped. But in a
Stay tuned. Be ready for it.
yeah, so like this coming
Ladies,
year, so I want to do
Men too. No.
yeah.
If you guys can wear tights too, it's okay.
Yes. What's your biggest fear for Elle, knowing how horrible and corrupted this world is getting? I think one of my biggest fears is bullying and like having her in school and having her start school, because when I was younger, I was bullied. Like I always had like mean girls say things to me. Yeah, I've had haters since I was
Everyone
like
has haters.
in kindergarten, literally. So that's why I have such tough skin, because
Haters don't hate. Bullies don't bully. Right?
yeah. So that's one of my biggest fears, but I'm not really worried because she has me and she has Austin, so she's gonna learn to not pay attention to mean people and have tough skin. So that's one of my fears. And then, do you have any fears?
I mean, I do, but she's too young right now.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
We don't
everybody
want to
knows-
think about that right now.
Yeah, everybody
That's
should
all.
know my fear of trifling men out there.
So that's
Don't have to worry about that.
all the questions that I have.
I'll be having a gun.
Should we?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, that
That
ends our
includes-
Q&A. Everyone like and subscribe below, and also go to our Instagrams on our last post. Make sure you comment, let us know if you like it or give us suggestions.
Or if you've even watched it, because we don't know how this is gonna do. We've never done one of these. So.
Yep, and if we really like it, we're going to continue, and stay tuned for more vlogs.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Oh,
Oh.